Hello and welcome to the second in a three-part series of basic KitchenDraw tutorials. In these tutorials I will aim to guide you through the basic functionality of KitchenDraw. In this second tutorial we'll learn how to create a new project, to place constraints, i.e. doors and windows, to place cabinets, to place wall units in elevation view, to place technical symbols, to dimension the elevation automatically, place linear objects, plinths, cornices, etc., to decorate the project, to add pricing only objects, to save the project, to print the current view, to generate the estimate under Microsoft Word, and how to quit KitchenDraw. To create a new project, go to File, then select New Scene, or select the New Scene icon. The commercial information dialog box will appear. It enables you to enter information concerning the customer. Only one of two text areas, name or company, is mandatory to be able to continue. The remaining information can be given later by selecting Scene, then Information. We'll begin by entering Smith in the name field. Click the OK button or hit Enter on your keyboard. The generic finishes dialog box appears on the screen. It enables you to define the front model and finishes of the cabinets which we place thereafter. It is the same dialog box that we used in section 6 of the previous tutorial. Please ensure that you have Kitchen Tutorial selected as your catalogue. Then choose the front model and finishes of the cabinets for your new project. Click on the OK button or press Enter on your keyboard to apply these changes. The New Scene dialog box appears on the screen. This enables you to type in basic dimensions, wall heights, and if required, to choose a type of floor, ceiling, and the basic shape of the kitchen, i.e. L shape, U shape, or linear. Enter the dimensions in millimeters of the rectangle area of the project in the width and depth text areas. Type 3050 in the width and 2050 in the depth. The height text area already contains 2500. Keep this value, which represents the wall's heights. Choose a type of ceiling and a type of floor in the ceiling and floor list boxes. Finally, if your project is linear, parallel, L or U-shaped, check the required number of the 4 boxes located around the white rectangle in the walls group area. In order to reproduce the example 1 project, check the boxes located in the top and the right of the white rectangle. Please note, if the layout of the walls is more complicated and cannot be defined using the checkboxes described above, do not check any box. The walls will have to be drawn later using a special tool called Shape. Click the OK button or press Enter on your keyboard to confirm these changes. KitchenDraw then displays the basic outline of the kitchen containing the 2 walls you have selected and the dimensions. Before dealing with the constraints positioning, let's quickly detail the KitchenDraw window. The top view of the scene with its 2 walls is drawn in the working area. Beside the working area is the catalogues window with its articles tab. The items in the catalogue are accessed through 4 levels in order: the catalogue, the section, the block, and the article. To place a new article in the scene, you should first find the desired article by selecting successively the catalogue, the section, the block to which it belongs. Select the appropriate article and then specify its dimensions or its door fittings direction, and finally place it into the scene using the drag and drop method. We will now implement this technique by placing a window on one of the walls of the tutorial scene. Choose the catalogue called Constraints. This catalogue contains the window that we wish to place. To do that, click on the button representing a small black triangle located on the right of the catalogues list box. This shows a list of all the catalogues available on your system. Click on the Constraints line. In the same way, choose the section called Windows in the Sections list box. Choose the block called Windows 2G in the Blocks list box. Replace the dimensions indicated in the width, depth and height areas. Take for example 1000 for the width 1050 for the height, and finally, in the case of a door or window, the depth adapts automatically to the depth of the wall which supports it. Replace the value 1100, representing the default placing altitude, height of the window, by the value 1130. If you want the window to be positioned precisely, indicate in the L or R text areas the distance between the window and the end of the wall located on its left or its right hand side. The left and right hand side are determined when you look at the window from the interior of the room being arranged. To continue with our kitchen, type the value 215 in the R text area. To place the window, click in the graphic area with the left mouse button and hold. The mouse cursor is then changed to a small open hand. Drag the mouse pointer to the place where you wish to place the window. Notice the silhouette of the selected article moves with the mouse pointer, and that it is possible to make it turn 45 degrees to the right during its placement by clicking the right mouse button, keeping the left mouse button down. Release the left mouse button when the article is positioned over the 2050mm wall. If the message, the door or window should be in a wall, appears, click OK, then repeat the previous steps, ensuring that the center of the silhouette is located inside the wall when you drop it, that its dimensions are compatible with those of the wall, and that it does not overflow the wall. Finally, apply your desired finish to your new window. Select OK or hit Enter on the keyboard to apply these changes. The placing of cabinets is done in the same way. There is, however, a second method to find an article in the catalogue, by typing its reference number on the keyboard. Choose the catalogue called KitchenDraw Tutorial. Type the reference of the cabinet on the keyboard without worrying about the place where the characters will be put. For the first cabinet, type BA105D. KitchenDraw will find the corresponding cabinet. Click in the graphic area with the left mouse button and keep it pressed down. The mouse pointer is then changed into a small open hand. Drag the mouse pointer towards the corner that forms the two walls. Do not try to rotate the silhouette or to precisely position it in the corner. Simply overlap each of the two walls, then release the mouse button. KitchenDraw will fix the cabinet exactly in the corner. If this dialog box appears, please just select OK or hit Enter on the keyboard to proceed. Please note, if KitchenDraw did not place the cabinet exactly in the corner, even though the silhouette overlapped the two walls, you should ensure that the button activating the automatic placing function that is located above the vertical scroll bars is on and not off. If you are not satisfied with the position of your cabinet, ensure that it is selected, then press the delete key to remove the article from your scene. We will now repeat this procedure, placing the remainder of base units in our scene using the codes. The next code we will enter is BT40D. This unit is to be placed to the left hand side of our corner unit. The next code is BF60. Once again, this unit is to be placed to the left hand side of our previously placed unit. The next code is BT40G. Again, this unit is to be placed to the left hand side of our previously placed unit. The next code is AREF190G. AREF190G. This unit is the last unit to be placed to the left hand side of our previous unit. The next unit that we wish to place is going to be a PLV60. This is the first unit we will place on our 2 meters and 50mm wall. The next unit and the final unit is BE80. This is to be placed to the right hand side of our previous unit. Please note, while dropping the silhouette, take care that it covers the cabinet against which the new cabinet must be placed. We have now placed base units and tool units in top view. We could do the same with wall units, but we will see now that it's just as easy to place cabinets in elevation view, i.e. in the vertical plane of a wall. Let us move to the vertical plan. Let us move to the vertical plan of the 3 meter and 3050mm wall. Let us move to the vertical plan of the 3050mm wall, the wall without any window. To do that, select the 3050m wall by clicking inside the wall, and take care not to move the mouse between the click down and the click up. The ends of the wall should flicker. If that's not the case, do it again. Now, you can either select View, Realistic Elevation, or hit the F11 key on your keyboard, or click the realistic elevation. Now, place the wall units by entering the following code. The first unit is a HV40G. We will place this unit to the right hand side of the tool unit, ensuring that the silhouette overlaps the unit. Next, we will place a HH60G. Again, place this one to the right hand side of our previous unit. Next, HV40D. Place this one to the right hand side of our previous unit. Next, H40D. Place this one to the right hand side of our previous unit. And finally, HA65G. HA65G. And place this one to the right hand side of our previously placed unit. Once again, if you are not satisfied with the position of any one of the cabinets, ensure it is selected, then press delete on your keyboard to remove it from the scene. To provide a full installation file to the person who will install the furniture, it is necessary that the water and gas inlets, the socket outlets and other technical constraints appear in their place on the plans and elevations. These particular objects are grouped in the Technical Symbols catalogue. Choose the catalogue called Technical Symbols. Choose the block called Socket 10A in the Blocks list box. Type 500 in the L text area to indicate the distance between the centre of the socket outlet and the left edge of the wall. Note, if you want to specify the distance between the centre of the symbol and the right edge of the wall, you'd have to enter the value in the R text area. Replace the value of 400 representing the default socket outlet height by the value of 600. Place the symbol by clicking on the Place Now button or pressing the Enter key. You can also place the technical symbol with drag and drop if a precise position is not important. An elevation view should be dimension, and KitchenDraw makes it possible to do it automatically. Choose Edit, select All or press Ctrl A. Choose Selection, then Dimension. We can now view our project in perspective view by selecting View, Realistic Drawing Perspective, or selecting the Realistic Drawing Perspective icon on our taskbar. The linear objects of a kitchen are plinths, the worktop edges, the light pelmets and cornices. Except in very particular cases, the placing of linear objects is carried out automatically. Choose Scene, Automatic Linear Articles. The Automatic Linear Articles dialog box appears on the screen. It allows you to choose the source catalogue, the type and colours of the linear articles you want to place. Choose for each of the 5 types of linear articles the colours you wish to apply. Then select OK or hit Enter on the keyboard to apply those changes. Please note, if one or more objects were selected when you chose Scene Automatic Linear Articles, the message box for selected objects only appears on the screen. Click on No to tell KitchenDraw to place the linear articles on all the objects of the scene. To decorate the scene involves placing of non-priced objects whose role is purely aesthetic, for example a floor covering, tiled surfaces and various objects. By applying the methods we have already learned in this tutorial, place the following objects. First, we'll place a sink, which is inside the catalogue Household Appliances. Please note that my version of KitchenDraw does not have household appliances, however I have the exact same catalogue, just named differently. Select the sink section, then select the block Sink 1 Tub half draining board. Then select the 950R in the list box of articles. Drag the sink to the desired position. Then select the finishes for the sink, and then click OK or hit enter on your keyboard. The sink is now placed. We will now place a hot plate under the canopy in the catalogue Household Appliances, section Hot Plates, and select Hot Plate 4 times gas. Once again, select the materials. The articles which we will place in this section are graphicless. Their role is only to allow the estimate to be complete. First, we'll need to show the pricing view. Choosing View, Pricing, or selecting the pricing icon on the taskbar. Notice that the objects you place in the top view or in elevation view are already present in the pricing view. Next, choose the kitchen tutorials catalogue. Select the price only articles section. Choose the hot plate 4x gas hobs white block. Then click on place now or hit the enter key. KitchenDraw then inserts the price of the hot plate in the quotation and parts list, but does not alter the plan view. The priced only articles will be present in catalogues provided directly by the manufacturers or in catalogues available on the KitchenDraw website, or even in catalogues which you create yourself. Next, we will save our project. To save, simply select File, Save, or click on the Save icon on the taskbar. KitchenDraw prints the current view as it is displayed on the screen. Before launching the print command, you should verify that the printer setup is adapted to the view, size and orientation of paper. Let's switch to our plan view by selecting the top view icon on our taskbar. To ensure that the view is correctly tailored for printing, choose Zoom Adjusted or click the Zoom Adjusted icon. Next, choose File, Print, or select the print icon on the taskbar. If you print a top view or an elevation view, the print size dialog box appears on the screen. It requires you to choose the scale at which the view will be printed. The scale selected by default takes into account the dimensions of the print area as well as the format and orientation of paper. If you like, you can choose another scale value or choose Adjusted if you wish KitchenDraw to use the maximum size of the paper sheet without worrying about adopting a standardized scale. Then choose OK or press Enter key to continue the printing. You can generate the estimate or other documents using Microsoft Word. To do that, choose File, Documents, or click on the Documents icon on the taskbar. The Documents dialog box then appears on the screen. Check the boxes in the column SEL corresponding to the documents you want to generate. Select another printer or a different number of copies if needed. Notice, click on the Set Default button if you wish these settings to be default for the future. Click on Generate. To exit KitchenDraw, simply select File, Quit.